Hey guys, today is Thursday. I'm out again today and we're moving on to a new topic. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and go through this. Okay, what we're gonna talk today is about relationships and scatter plots. Okay, scatter plots can help tell us a relationship. Okay, a scatter plot shows a relationship between some data. Okay, the data has to have two different variables, okay, and they can be graphed as ordered pairs. Okay, so basically it's a comparison of two different pieces of data. The pattern of the data points determines the association between the two sets of data. So basically what that's saying, the pattern is generally referred to as your slope. If we look at it and it has a positive slope or a negative slope, we can tell what type of relationship it has. Data points that generally go upward from left to right show positive. So if we drew a line through the data and it was a positive line, it would have a positive relationship or association. Meanwhile, if it was a negative, it would have a negative relationship or association. Okay, and then there's also relationships in data that have no relationship to each other. Okay, an example of a positive, okay, is when both things are going up. Okay, the more food I eat, that's going up. More food, as the amount of food I eat goes up, what happens to my weight? Okay, if I eat more, okay, so again, up, weight, eat more goes up, what's gonna happen to my weight? It's gonna go up. We would say this is a positive relationship, okay? Now think about it. If I eat less, so the amount of food I'm eating goes down, what should happen to my weight? It should go down, okay? They're both going in the same direction. Negative, negative is a positive relationship. Okay. I could say that the more time I spend watching TV, so time goes up on TV, the more time I spend watching TV, what's going to happen to my grades in school? They're going to go down. So the more time I spend watching TV, what happens to my grades in school? They go down. This would be referred to as a negative relationship. One's going up, one's going down. They're going opposite directions, so that's negative. Okay? The other relationship we could talk about is no relationship. There's no relationship between these sets of data. Okay? The more gum I chew, the better I teach. Is there any relationship between the amount of gum I chew and the quality of the teacher that I am? No. Is there any relationship between the length of my hair and how well I do in math? No. So again, the relationships we have can be positive, negative, or there can be no relationship. So let's take a look at these and let's see what type of relationship we can determine that they have. It says determine the correlation. Correlation or association are different ways of saying relationship. The size of a pizza and the total calories in the pizza. What happens? The pizza size is going up. Pizza size goes up. What happens to the total calories? They go up. So they're both going in the same direction. So that is a positive relationship. Okay. The height of students. The height of students goes up because we grow taller. And they're average in math class. Does your grades go up because of your height? No. So there's no relationship. The age of a car and the value of a car. As my car gets older, my age of my car goes up. What happens to the value of my car? The older my car gets, is it worth more money or less money? Less money. So it's going to go down. So one's going up, one's going down. That means it's a negative relationship. So basically when you look at this, if both of the relationships are going the same way, if they're both going up, it's positive. If they're both going down, it is positive too, because it's a negative, negative makes it a positive. If one is going one way and you have no idea about how that would have any relationship, that's no relationship. Think of the things that have no relationship in life. Okay, and if one's going up, one's going down, they're going opposite directions, that's a negative relationship. Okay, let's look at these last couple and see if you can get them. The temperature outside and the number of ice cream cones sold. The temperature outside and the number of ice cream cones sold. As the temperature outside goes up, What happens to, you think, Brewster's ice cream sales? Temperature goes up. Do Brewster's ice cream sales go up or do they go down? Up. Because stereotypically talking, people want ice cream when it's cold. Okay? The number of songs downloaded on your phone and the amount of available memory. The number of songs. As the number of songs goes up, what happens to your memory space? It goes down. So what would we say about that relationship? That it's negative. Okay? And that can be a little tricky to get. So you have to go, okay, I sometimes just use my fingers. This one's going up, this one's going down. Or you can use the arrows like I just did there. All right, so now we're going to look and decide what type of relationship do we see here. So we have this. It says the height of a candle, and this is some data points. Okay, this is known as a scatter plot. Okay. The height of a candle in inches in the minutes burned. What happens to a candle as it burns? It gets smaller. The height goes down. Okay, does it burn perfectly? No. Okay. So what kind of relationship is this? I'm going to draw this thing that we're going to talk about more, but this thing is called the line of best fit. I'm just going to try to draw my line roughly through there. It's not perfect. That's okay. That's just something we're going to get over. Is not every answer in math has to be one single answer or perfect. Okay, so this is known as the line of best fit, and we're going to talk about that more. But I kind of drew it. What kind of relationship is there? What kind of slope do I have? It's a negative slope, so therefore it's a negative relationship. All right, now we have age and height. Okay, my height, what's going to happen to my height the older I get for the most part, particularly of teenagers? We're talking about newborns, 1-year-olds, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Hopefully they're going to get taller as they get older. What type of relationship? What kind of slope do we see there? We see a positive slope. So it's a positive relationship. Again, what we're seeing here are called scatter plots. And these lines that I'm drawing through them were very rough estimates. They're called lines of best fit. All right, so now we're looking at shower time and hot water remaining. Well, the more you take a shower, the longer your shower is, the less water, hot water, that is left in your hot water tank. So let's look at that. What kind of relationship is it? Negative. Negative relationship. It's a negative slope. It's a negative relationship. Think of it this way. Hot water is going, shower time is going up. What happens to the hot water in the hot water tank? It's going down. So that's a negative relationship. All right. This last one, miles driven and gallons of gas used. Well, what happens is the miles go up. What happens to the gallon? I use more gas. They're both going up. That's a positive relationship. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to create scatter plots. Okay, you should go get this from the substitute if you don't already have it. We're going to create some scatter plots here. Okay. It's going to be a little tough for you to see on mine, and that's okay. Okay, use the data to create a scatter plot. A teacher asked her students how many hours of sleep they had the night before a big test. The data below shows the number of hours the students slept and their scores on the test. So look at, we're going to graph these. We're going to graph each one of these points. These are coordinates. We're going to graph them. Okay, and notice they're not going to be perfect. That is okay. So we're going to do the first one. We're going to go over 8. So this is 883. The first coordinate is over 8 up 83. So I'm going to say 83 is about there. Over, I'm going to go the second one, over 7 up 86, about there. This is a scatter plot. Over 7, 74, it's about there again. Yours doesn't have to be perfect. Over 8 up 88, I'm going to go about there. Over 6 up 76, about there. Over 5 up 63, about there. Over 7 up 90. Over 4 up 60. Over 9 up 89. Over 7 up 81. What type of relationship do we see there? We'd want to draw this thing called the line of best fit through it. Okay, and again, that's not perfect. What kind of relationship do we see there? A positive relationship. We'd expect the more you slept, the better your test score would be. Does that mean if you don't sleep, you're going to do awful? Not necessarily. Okay, but that's a stereotypical thing. That's the thing you have to look at with scatter plots and relationships, is you have to think of this very stereotypically. Don't tell me the what ifs. Just go with what normally would happen. All right, it says assume that during a 3-hour period spent outside, a person recorded the temperature and their water consumption. The experiment was conducted on 7 randomly selected days during the summer. The data is shown in the table. Create a scatter plot to represent the data. So these are your coordinates. Again, these are your coordinates, and you're going to graph these. 99, 48 is your first set of coordinates. Okay, so we're going to go over to temperature. Oh, notice this is backwards. Okay, so this is your X and this is your Y. So we're going to do over 48 up 99. Over 48 and up 99. So we're going to go right about there. Again, you don't have to be perfect. Over 27, so we're going to say 27 is right about here, and up 85. Over 48 and up 97. It's going to be really close to your other one, that's fine. Over 16, up 75. Over 32, up 92. Over 25, and up 85. Over 20, up 83. So we just did that scatter plot. Those points are a scatter plot. What type of association would we see there? What kind of a slope do we have? We have a positive slope. So this scatter plot and this line, known as the line of best fit, which we'll talk more about tomorrow, that was just a scatter plot. And you can use scatter plots to help you determine the relationship between data points. Again, it's really important that you realize that scatter plots and lines of best fits are not going to be perfect. You're going to have to estimate, and that is okay. That is okay. All right, so I hope you got a little bit better of an understanding in your introduction to scatter plots. Again, that last one, you have to make sure you're paying attention to what your X and your Y are. In that last one, X was on the right-hand side of the table. And the way I can tell that is this is water consumption here and here. So this means water consumption, I went over 48, and then this is temperature, so that means I went up 99. Okay, so pay attention to those type of things. Day number 2, I really appreciate and hope that you're being great for the substitute. And one more lesson tomorrow. Again, I'll answer questions when I get back, but just hold tight and know that I will go over questions when I get back. Help session is going to be Thursday morning. Okay, if you didn't attend this morning, like I highly recommended that you did, please make sure you plan on to be there on Thursday next week. All right, have a great day. Thank you for being awesome.